Thank you, Reuben. It's very, very happy to be here. It's welcome to our seminar of about balance sheets, and which is one of the building blocks of financial plans. So whether you're building your own financial plan or if you're working with a planner, the balance sheet is one of the first documents that you want to prepare. Basically, it's a snapshot of your financial life. Um, there's two primary things that you want to prepare when you're starting your starting your financial plan is your balance sheet and your cash flow statement or your budget. So these two documents kind of determine exactly where you are in your life and what path you're going to be going down to create your financial plan. Financial plans consists of assets, liabilities, and your net worth. So many of you might be familiar with corporate balance sheets. If you've done any training in accounting or finance, you'll know that a corporation has a balance sheet with their assets, their inventory, their accounts receivable. They have liabilities such as their debt, their accounts payable, et cetera, and then their retained earnings is at the bottom. You also have a personal balance sheet, which we in the States call net worth statement. And you'll be asked many times when you're going for a loan or you're applying for a mortgage, what your net worth is or what your liquid net worth is. And that all comes from your balance sheet. So your personal balance sheet is kind of ordered in liquidity order. First, you have your assets, cash in the bank, things that you could withdraw and make readily into cash at any time. Money market funds, cash in the bank, cash equivalents, all are liquid, super liquid assets that you can turn into cash at any time because they are cash. Then you have investment accounts, which is the second thing on your balance sheet, which will show kind of a longer term horizon. You want to keep your investment strategy in place for a number of years. So you might have a little bit less liquidity. They might be very liquid assets, but you have a kind of a time frame horizon that you want to keep them in. Then you have your retirement assets that you're not probably going to use until you're retiring or close to retirement. And then you have your real assets. Those are your home, your car, any jewelry, et cetera, that you might not want to liquidate for, to serve a short-term need, but they're longer-term illiquid assets. Secondly, you have your liabilities, right? You have your mortgage, which is usually your biggest liability, any credit card debt, a personal loan, an auto loan, student debt, those are all part of your liabilities. And then at the very end, you take your assets, which are your positive, then you subtract your liabilities, and you come up with your net worth. Right, your liquid net worth are those first, 3 or 4 categories: the checking accounts, your savings accounts, anything you can. Those are your liquid assets. If someone asks for your liquid net worth, it would be consisting of those liquid assets that you can turn into cash readily.
And to jump in there, Anne, I guess for the audience, why is it so important to categorize your assets and your liabilities, for that fact, based on order of liquidity? Is there a key reason for that?
Well, there is a reason in that you want to kind of match your time horizons and your investment strategies. So if you have a very short-term goal and a very liquid goal, and you plan on using the money in a very short period of time, you want to have them in a very short-term investment strategy. If you have as the time horizon gets longer and you go into the retirement assets, you want to have you'll have a longer term. So you can be a little bit more aggressive, of course, depending on your personal risk tolerance, but you can be a little more because you can weather the market cycles.
Sure.
So yes, there is a method to the madness, so to speak.
Sure. So essentially, it allows you to indirectly determine perhaps the risk you can take with the asset, as you say, relative to your tolerance personally, but it's a good indicator of what kind of asset classes and mixture of assets you could be investing in with each,
Right.
with each respective
Exactly.
class.
Yep. Another really important thing for expats to think about is your foreign currencies. Are your assets in dollars? Are they in pounds? Are they in euros? You want to make sure that you have a good handle on exactly what the values are in each one of the currencies, and you can put what Reuben always calls a natural hedge kind of on some of your assets by investing in more Eurocentric companies or US companies, depending on where the assets are.
So I guess to put that in real terms, for a lot of people, that could mean, for example, if you're currently living in Europe but potentially plan to move back to the States for retirement, you'd maybe want to have your retirement funds in US domiciled or US heavy assets, while your checking accounts, for example, in your short-term rainy day funds in your local currency.
Right. Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much for that, Anne.
Sure,
We'll be
pleasure.
sending out these slides after the webinar, so everyone will have an opportunity to work through these slides in your own time and devise a strategy for yourself. If you have any questions, you're most welcome to reach out to myself or Anne, and would be well placed to assist you on that front. But yeah, I think building your own balance sheet is super important, because it gives a good picture and a good idea of what your personal situation looks like from a high level view. And then, as Anne said, you can tie that into your cash flow statement, which gives you a more granular and day-to-day understanding of what your financial position is like.
Right. It's really kind of the building block of your financial plan, because you can't really plan on where you're going until you know where you are. And this is kind of a snapshot of where you are, and allows you to do some planning to make your balance sheet more liquid, make it more, positive. So
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, really appreciate that, Anne. I think that was super informative. And as I say, if anyone has questions about that or ideas for building it themselves, then you're most welcome to reach out.